major surgery. We're doing a vlog on him.
Okay.
Yeah.
But he's such a sweetheart.
I know he is.
We need him.
He's such a sweetheart.
I've had the pleasure of running events around David's apartment for many years. A bit of a mentor for me as well, telling me lots of stories, and he's very experienced in various areas of Canberra, so I've learnt a lot from him. I'd certainly love to have him back soon. Can he have a whiskey yet?
No.
Okay. Oh, you can have a tea at my office.
Have a tea, yeah. Have a tea.
We're doing a wine tastings tonight, this afternoon, and luckily we've got a beautiful day.
We have got a beautiful day.
Hopefully it'll shine into David's hospital room as well.
I'll tell him.
Yeah.
David's journey going into the hospital, we arrived at 6 a.m. in the morning. By 8:30 he was prepped and ready to go into theatre. So the plan was a 4 hour operation, and hang in there. So 5 hours ticked around, 6 hours came around. We followed up with the staff. 7 hours went by. We followed up again and were told that he was still in surgery. We were informed at that stage that there had been a problem with the second stent to the artery to the kidney, which was what the delay in the surgery had been. We knew this wasn't good. In the initial consultation with Professor Hardman, we were told that once those stents go in, there's no getting them out. You only get one chance, basically. So we weren't quite sure what that meant at that stage, other than it had failed. And there was blood leaking out of the artery to the kidney. And with the leak to the kidney, it looked like David would lose a kidney, which wasn't good news. We weren't really aware of that initially, like in any of the earlier consultations. It wasn't one of the risks that we had been assessing. However, it is what it is, and so it was a wait and see. If the leak continued, they would do another CT scan in the morning and work out what they were going to do. So David had a fairly peaceful night, I guess, under the care of the people in ICU. So the next morning they took David down for a CT scan to see whether there was any way that they could save his kidney. So they took David downstairs for another procedure. At this time we just thought it was another X-ray type thing, like another scan.
I forgot about these labels.
And I'd gone home by this stage because I was exhausted. Chris was there with him. Chris texted me about an hour later and said, still no sign of him, don't know what's going on. 2 hours later, still no sign of him, don't know what's going on. So we'd waited a couple of hours, and by this stage I think both Chris and I realised that it wasn't just a test, that they must have been doing something. And then I got a text from Chris saying, yay, that they'd got another doctor in, and Dr. Allen, who's apparently an amazing interventionalist radiologist, who'd come in that evening and done another procedure and actually managed to implant a further stent inside the stent, is what I can understand of it, that was already there, and quite amazing procedure. Apparently when he'd successfully implanted the stent, the whole operating theatre cheered. So that was pretty exciting. So that was really good news that we'd had. And then of course it's the recovery process, and since that time he's been able to eat normally, to get out of bed for a shower, and sleep most of the time. He seems quite alert, and now he's starting to give cheek and tell some of his really bad dad jokes. So the guy next door had Robert had his lower leg foot amputated, and he was having a shave and with his electric razor, and David said to the nurse, "Oh, you better watch him, because the last time he dropped his razor he chopped his foot off." I don't think I nurse knew where to look, and I just shook my head as I do with David and go, oh my God, oh my God. His mobility is to the stage where he can go to the bathroom by himself, then he can come home. If not, they'll look at putting him in rehab until that's possible. Here I am with my bestie. There you go.
Come in for lunch, did you?
Yes.
Popped in for lunch?
We'll do some work out there.
Okay.
So I'll leave you guys to it.
Nothing wrong with the food.
And David, it's been I think 12 days since we made the last video log. You were just preparing to come into hospital.
Yep.
Tell us about the last 12 days. The bits that you remember.
It's been, well, that's the point, isn't it? A lot of it I was unconscious for, but it was quite hard work. I found it very taxing and difficult. And frightening too, because there was still a chance that, you may not be here tomorrow. And there's still times when you thought, well, it's not too bad. Up and down a bit, but I think mostly up. But I guess you have to ask somebody else that, because I would tend to always personify myself as being always up. I realise that the end comes when it comes, and we're all going to go through that, and if it happens a year or a month earlier or later, it's just inconvenience. But it's wonderful, wonderful, wonderful the way people have related to it. So many people have just wanted to make sure that you know that they revere their relationship with you.
He's a very considered and gentle person with a lot of knowledge, and I find that really inspiring.
Well, he's the artistic director of Art Not Apart, plus he does art direction for a number of festivals around town. I'm a real fan for David. Young though he is, he really has those thoughts together.
He's a real fan of you.
Good. Well, we'll go to the Mutual Admiration Society.
You two will go a long way together.
Yeah. Provided there's only 2 tickets, we're right.